Hey Falcons fans, let's dive into the latest updates and take a closer look at what the future holds for our team. Before we jump into today's big topic, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any breaking news or exclusive updates. Now let's talk about something that could shape the future of our Atlanta Falcons. For years, we've been waiting for that one player who could ignite our defense and make a real difference. When the Falcons traded for Matthew Judon, we all hoped he'd be the spark we needed. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. So, what's next for the Falcons' defensive line? The answer might be closer than we think. It's time to stop overlooking homegrown talent, especially players from the Georgia Bulldogs. Under Kirby Smart, Georgia football has been a powerhouse, and many of their stars are proving themselves in the NFL. The Falcons could really benefit from drafting a Bulldog this year, given the incredible talent pool available. One name being mentioned is safety Malaki Starks. He could bring excitement to Atlanta's secondary, but his draft projection is a bit uncertain. Some say he's a top 16 pick, while others think he might fall to the end of the first round. However, Atlanta's biggest need right now is at pass rusher, and that's where things get exciting. Enter Jaylen Walker, a name Falcons fans should keep an eye on. ESPN's Jordan Reed recently predicted that Atlanta could grab Walker with the 15th pick, and I couldn't agree more. While another Georgia standout, Michael Williams, is also a top pass rusher, he's likely to be drafted before Atlanta's turn. That makes Walker a perfect fit for the Falcons. So, why should the Falcons focus on Jaylen Walker? For starters, he's a highly instinctive player. He has a natural talent for disrupting offenses and throwing game plans into chaos. Imagine what he could do for Atlanta's defense. This could be the move that changes everything for the Falcons. The Falcons need a player who can make an immediate impact, and Jaylen Walker is exactly that kind of guy. We all know how crucial it is to get first-round picks right, especially when you think about some of Terry Fontenot's recent successes. From Kyle Pitts to Drake London, Bijan Robinson, and Michael Penck Jr., the Falcons' front office has made some great moves on offense. But now it's time to focus on defense. A strong defense could be the key to taking Atlanta to the next level, and Jaylen Walker might just be the missing piece. Remember 2017? The Falcons passed on TJ Watt and went with Takarist McKinley instead. We all know how that turned out. Walker could be the player to finally fill that void, a game-changer who disrupts offenses and shifts momentum. Walker's resume is impressive. He won the Butkus Award, joining an elite group of linebackers like Roquan Smith and Nakobe Dean, who have gone on to shine in the NFL. His potential in Atlanta is sky-high. Sure, the Georgia connection might add some pressure, but the recent success of Georgia players in the NFL speaks for itself. Walker feels like a low-risk, high-reward pick that could pay off in a big way for the Falcons. I'm convinced Jaylen Walker is the right choice for Atlanta, but what do you think, Falcons fans? Is Walker the answer to Atlanta's pass-rushing struggles, or should the team explore other options? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. It's been 7 long years since the Falcons last made the postseason. Those overtime losses from last season still sting, don't they? The team is so close to breaking through, but the near misses have been incredibly frustrating. Here's the good news. With the right off-season moves, the Falcons can finally get back into playoff contention. Today, I'll dive into the 3 biggest positional needs for the team heading into 2025, along with potential solutions that could elevate this roster to the next level. We'll cover draft picks and free agent targets that could make a real difference. Let's start with the most pressing need, a pass rusher. 1. Boost the pass rush. The Falcons have been trying to build a consistent pass rush for years, but it just hasn't clicked. Since John Abraham's departure, the team has struggled to find a true difference maker on the edge. Yes, Vic Beasley had one standout season, but we all know it wasn't sustainable, even with Dwight Freeney's guidance. The truth is, the Falcons have consistently failed to put enough pressure on opposing quarterbacks, and that has to change. To compete for a playoff spot, the Falcons must address their pass-rushing issues this offseason. Improving the pass rush should be the team's top priority. While the Falcons brought in Matthew Judon last year, his impact fell short of expectations, and the trade didn't deliver the results we were all hoping for. So, what's the next step? The draft offers a golden opportunity to address this need, with Georgia linebacker Jaylen Walker being a standout candidate. However, the Falcons can't rely solely on the draft to solve their pass-rushing problems. Free agency still has some talented options, and one name that stands out is Chase Young. The former Washington Commanders defensive end has the potential to be a game-changer for Atlanta. While his performance has been inconsistent, he's still young and brimming with talent. If the Commanders let him walk, the Falcons should seize the chance to sign him and strengthen their edge defense. Adding Young could solidify a struggling pass rush and give Atlanta a serious boost. 2. Support Michael Penix Jr. with more receiving options. Now let's shift focus to Michael Penix Jr., the new face of the Falcons offense. In his first few starts for Atlanta, Penix showed flashes of brilliance. The Falcons may have only won one of his 3 starts, but both losses came in overtime, and Penix didn't even get a chance to touch the ball in those crucial moments. The talent is clear. Penix can make all the throws, and his ability to deliver passes into tight windows is remarkable. To help him reach his full potential, though, the Falcons need to give him more weapons in the passing game. Drake London is already a star, and Darnell Mooney has proven himself to be a reliable target. However, the receiving corps needs another dynamic playmaker. While Ray McCloud III was solid in an expanded role last season, the absence of Rondale Moore has left a noticeable gap. Enter Oregon wide receiver T.Z. Johnson. Johnson is an explosive talent who thrives with the ball in his hands. Adding a player like him could give Penix another reliable option and take Atlanta's offense to the next level. T.Z. Johnson's ability to stretch the field and take the top off defenses makes him an ideal fit for Atlanta. In free agency, another player the Falcons should consider is Mecole Hardman, the speedy wide receiver from the Kansas City Chiefs. Hardman brings game-changing speed and big play potential that Atlanta's offense desperately needs. Paired with Drake London and Darnell Mooney, he could add another layer of explosiveness to the Falcons' passing game. 3. Strengthen the secondary. Now let's talk about the Falcons' secondary. While there were solid performances from players like Jesse Bates III, Justin Simmons, and A.J. Terrell, the unit struggled at times, especially late in the season. Richie Grant and D. Alford had difficulties, and while Mike Hughes and Clark Phillips III showed flashes of promise, the secondary as a whole still needs improvement. To solidify this group, the Falcons should consider drafting another cornerback. A great option in the draft is Ohio State's Denzel Burke. With his physicality and impressive ball skills, Burke could make an immediate impact and elevate the secondary. However, relying too heavily on a rookie cornerback comes with risks. That's why adding a proven veteran would be a smart move. Enter Jordan Lewis, the experienced cornerback from the Dallas Cowboys. Lewis has already proven himself in the NFL, and with uncertainty surrounding the Cowboys roster, he could be a prime free agent target for Atlanta. His experience and ability to excel in tight coverage would bring much-needed stability to the Falcons' defense. If the Falcons can draft a game-changer like Jaylen Walker or Michael Williams, sign Chase Young in free agency, add an explosive playmaker like T.Z. Johnson or Mecole Hardman, and shore up the secondary with Denzel Burke or Jordan Lewis, this team could be ready to make a serious playoff push in 2025. What do you think, Falcons fans? Are these the right moves for the team to make, or do you have other ideas for this offseason? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Falcons news and analysis. Go Falcons!